Hello and welcome to our video, 10 informations you need to know about yesterday. In this video, we'll be covering some of the most important events that took place yesterday, giving you a quick summary of each one. Home Office can't prove small boats claim. The core justification for the Home Office's crackdown on small boat crossings has been challenged as the department has acknowledged that it lacks evidence to support one of its claims. Former Home Secretary Priti Patel had informed MPs in 2021 that 70% of individuals on small boats are single men who are effectively economic migrants, a statement which her successor, Sala Braverman, had supported in December of the same year. However, in response to a Freedom of Information request seeking evidence for the statement, the Home Office conceded that it had no such evidence. Activists have criticized the claim as being employed to vilify and dehumanize. Ross slapped down by Tory HQ. The Scottish Conservative leader, Douglas Ross, has sparked controversy by suggesting that his party's supporters should back Labour in the next election to unseat the SNP. In an interview with The Telegraph, Ross urged Tory voters in Scotland to prioritise what is best for the country and to vote for the strongest candidate to beat the SNP in their constituency, even if that meant voting for Labour. However, a spokesman for the Conservative Party in London has rejected Ross's suggestion, stating that it is certainly not the party's stance and that Scottish voters should vote for the Tories, regardless of their location. Israel bombs Syria. In retaliation for rocket attacks from Syria, Israel has claimed responsibility for carrying out airstrikes on a Syrian military compound, radar installations, and artillery positions. The Israel Defense Forces maintained that they had initiated the bombing of these targets following the firing of 3 rockets from Syria, one of which landed in the southern Golan Heights. According to Haaretz, the initial salvo of rockets was launched on Saturday night, followed by 3 additional rockets aimed at Israel early Sunday morning. Women giving birth later in life. According to a report by The Telegraph, over 5 women who were 50 years old or older gave birth every week between 2018 and 2021. English hospitals have witnessed at least 9 instances of women who were aged 60 and above giving birth since 2019. The British Fertility Society attributed the surge in middle-aged mothers to the delays in IVF treatments caused by the COVID-19 lockdowns. With young people prioritizing their careers and financial stability, the average age of women giving birth in the UK reached a historic high of 30.9 in 2021. Labour to continue dirty tricks. According to The Observer, the Labour Party's shadow Home Secretary, Yvette Cooper, was not involved in the decision to release a controversial advertisement that has faced significant criticism. The advertisement claims that Chancellor of the Exchequer, Rishi Sunak, does not support the imprisonment of adults convicted of sexually assaulting children. Despite her responsibility for the party's crime policy, Labour sources have indicated that Cooper had no role in creating the controversial ad. Meanwhile, the Sunday Times has reported that Labour intends to continue using dirty tricks tactics until the next election. Trump drops controversial hire. According to The Independent, U.S. President Donald Trump's election campaign has decided against hiring a right-wing extremist following a backlash within his support base. The New York Times reported that Trump had instructed his team to offer Laura Loomer, who has a history of making bigoted remarks and is known for her anti-Muslim views, a role in his re-election campaign. Loomer expressed disappointment that the president's advisors had given in to pressure and resorted to leaking information about her to the press in an attempt to discredit her. China launches Taiwan drill. In response to a meeting between Taiwan's President, Tsai Ing-wen, and U.S. House of Representatives Speaker Kevin McCarthy, Beijing has launched a 72-hour military exercise aimed at encircling Taiwan using warships and fighter jets. The exercise, named United Sharp Sword, includes operations in the Taiwan Strait, both to the north and south of the island, as well as in the airspace and waters to the east of Taiwan, according to Al Jazeera. Book makes new Queen claims. According to a new book by Robert Jobson, the late Queen Elizabeth insisted on a military-style exercise to ensure that no one saw her using a wheelchair during her Platinum Jubilee celebrations. Despite feeling too weak to attend the final celebrations of the Jubilee weekend, the Queen agreed to make a massive effort to attend at the urging of Prince Charles, but only on the condition that her wheelchair use was kept hidden. Jobson's book, titled Our King, makes these claims. French and Germans avoid UK. Post-Brexit restrictions on travelling with identity cards are believed to be deterring French and German tourists from visiting the UK, according to tourism officials. EU citizens were previously able to use ID cards to enter the UK, but since October 2021, a passport has been required. As less than half of France and Germany's population holds a valid passport, tourism officials believe this is affecting travel to the UK. The UK's ranking as a travel destination has also declined, with Germans ranking it 7th and French people ranking it 9th in 2016, but by 2022, it had fallen to 16th and 14th, respectively. Will Premier League dump Sky? According to The Mirror, the Premier League is mulling over the possibility of foregoing its partnerships with Sky Sports and BT Sport and broadcasting matches on its own platform. The report suggests that the league may sign only one more multi-partner deal before opting to run the show independently, which would have a significant impact on Sky, which has played an integral role in establishing the Premier League as a financial powerhouse since its inception in 1992. Nevertheless, it would be a lucrative decision for the league, as it would have a license to print money.